I'm Valerie Bell, Valerie Bell, Valerie Bell, Valerie Bell, Valerie Bell, Spectrum News 1.
Yes, that's me. I'm Valerie Bell, and I'm a multimedia journalist. The state already has a mandatory leash law. They can show firefighters even just the slightest change in temperatures.
If you get a rip in your bag like this, you have trash everywhere.
I will do anything.
They put on these suits, they put on these harnesses.
Or go anywhere.
I'm warmer in here than I was out there.
To tell a good story.
He said to me, I'm not going to hurt you, but don't move.
I cry almost every day. I'm in tears.
But I'm not just in front of the camera. I capture it all behind the lens too.
I think I have the best job in the whole world.
On air and online.
I just wanted to give everyone an update. It's no secret that it's snowing out. Look who I spotted! It's Santa Claus!
I'll be the first one to the scene of breaking news.
You can take a look behind me right here. 11-year-old Aiden Blanchard is still missing.
Do the research.
They make up 14.8% of the community.
And ask the questions.
How do you plan to tackle that? Well, what's it like to, give back?
Can we expect to see a vaccine anytime soon?
When the world shifted during the pandemic, I continue to earn the viewers' trust.
A lot of things look different this year. They declared a state of emergency.
Covering the stories that changed the world.
You can see protesters all around.
If you see something, you gotta say something.
88 residents and 78 employees have tested positive for the coronavirus.
He has battled for his life.
But it's not always bad news.
I've never felt so happy in my life.
1, 2, 3.
During my experience as a multimedia journalist, I helped launch a completely new bureau for a 24-hour news network, telling stories around the clock that gained national attention when they aired all across the country.
It proves that the Amber Alert is serious and is necessary and is effective.
My passion is being out in the field, telling stories in my community that matter the most. And here's just a few of them.
The mother of a student here at DuPont Middle School is speaking out after she says her 8th grader felt uncomfortable doing a virtual assignment for her social studies class.
Close only counts in horseshoes, not immigration.
There are some situations where, the children feel like it's legitimate for them to want to seek refuge here in the U.S., and the game doesn't allow that.
Immigration Nation is an interactive game meant to teach students about paths to American citizenship.
I live in Canada and I fell in love with an American while playing an online video game.
It asked them to answer questions about the process of coming to the U.S.
Some of them I wasn't really sure what to do, and it made me feel really uncomfortable to get it wrong.
In the game, a traveler with forged documents gets called an Americanophile and a wannabe. Gabriella Alicia says these are just a few examples of terms she feels are degrading, especially to the area's large immigrant community.
It's a slap to the face to them, it's taking this game, making it sort of normal, or teaching the kids that this process is so easy when it's very, very complex.
Alicia works as a translator. While she says she thinks immigration is important to teach in schools, she says it needs to be done in a more sensitive way.
You don't have children coming into school and telling their friends that their parents are illegal or they're in the process of becoming a citizen. These are things that are not talked about. So how those children might feel playing a game like this.
Superintendent Lynn Clark says once the school became aware of the concerns, the instructional staff spent 30 minutes going through the game. She adds the program was founded by iCivics, which is a DESE recommended resource.
I think it's a sensitive subject for some people. The instructional staff that went through it, there's 3 of them, they did not see anything of concern.
The principal at DuPont temporarily suspended the game until they gathered more information. The city's Department of Instruction says it's okay to use, but the school is still looking into the concerns.
I will say since then, we will reach out to other districts to see if they are also see concerns.
And we have reached out to iCivics about the Immigration Nation program and have not yet heard anything back. Reporting in Chicopee, I'm Valerie Bell for Spectrum News 1.
Been drawing since I was a little kid.
Wrong pencil, where's my number 2?
Damaris Torres started taking over her parents' dining room table at least 25 years ago.
I'm sure my family gets sick of it. But they already know. It's like, oh, she's drawing again.
Taurus turns on some music and gets lost in the canvas.
It could be the middle of August. It could be 90 degrees outside, and I will be blasting Christmas music when I draw. It kind of helps to drown out the rest of the world.
When she comes home from work, she finds comfort in picking up a pencil and a paintbrush.
It's kind of like, I guess you could say like a coping mechanism, because my brain gets really loud sometimes.
Taurus uses her talents to help others cope too.
I can't imagine being a mother. I can't imagine being a mother and you know, one day my child goes missing. I would lose it.
After following the story of Aiden Blanchard from Chicopee, she felt compelled to give the family something to remember him by.
It's a small tribute, but if it's going to make her smile, if it's going to give her even the briefest moment of comfort, then it's worth it.
She says a picture is worth 1,000 words, but
every face tells a story because everybody's face is different. And that's what I love about people. Everybody has a different face. Everybody has scars and marks and freckles, and you know, they have these contours to their face that just tell a story.
Valerie Bell.
And it's just nice to try and capture that.
Spectrum, News 1.
For us, it's a low-frequency, high-risk emergency.
It's not very often the Chicopee Fire Department has to make an ice rescue like this. But they can never be too prepared.
It's very rare. Unfortunately, about a year and a half ago, we did have a tragedy here in Chicopee with 2 boys in the Chicopee River. So it's something that's always on our mind, especially this time of year. We like to get out here as soon as there's ice and just brush up on our skills.
Firefighters cut a hole in the ice and got down in the cold water, taking turns practicing the rescue process.
We're good.
Jacob Hilton joined the department a year and a half ago, and this was his first time going through the training.
I've been in the soup, but not like out on the ice. So to get to experience what it actually feels like out there, you get to trust your suit a little bit. You know, you don't get wet and cold out there. It makes you trust your suit. Just touching the equipment too helps like a lot.
They told me the suits were warm, so I volunteered to be a victim to find out for myself.
I'm warmer in here than I was out there.
They got me out rather quickly using the rescue sled. It's one of the different drills firefighters use during the training. The suits are fairly new, but the sled has been with the department for a long time, something Hilton got to experience during the practice.
Honestly, it was the first time touching our rescue sled there, hands-on, like on the water. So just learning how to do that better, more efficiently, quicker, to help people out of the water as fast as possible.
The Chicopee Fire Department is ready in case of an emergency. But even still, they remind everyone to be extra safe this time of year. And if you do happen to accidentally fall in,
First things, remain calm. Hopefully somebody's with you so they can contact 911 and start the response chain.
Valerie Bell, Spectrum, News 1.